Okay, I can't see or breathe, so. Yeah, happy October. October, can't talk. It's my favorite time of year. It's finally here. All right, I'm excited. Anyways, had some news real quick. I got to talk about the upcoming 5th episode of the Morbid Hour, my live stream. Man, I'm tongue-tied today. Live stream collaboration that I do here on YouTube with my good buddies Sean Erschen and HorrorFan88. The last one we did, the 4th live stream, of course, had Debbie Sue Voorhees as a special guest. And of course, I don't have anything that exciting to announce for this one, but I think it's going to be a fun stream nonetheless. We have some interesting topics picked out. It's going to be on September 10th. October 10th. September, of next year. October 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's on a Sunday, I believe. So yeah, be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk all about the great Dario Argento, one of the legendary Italian horror directors. My favorite Italian horror director, actually. You know, movies like Suspiria and Deep Red, Tenebrae, and Phenomena. Yeah, that's right, Phenomena, like I said, even though this stupid, censored, Americanized VHS tape says Creepers. Great movie, but definitely watch the actual uncensored Italian version as opposed to this one. But anyway, yeah, we're going to discuss Dario Argento. We're probably going to count down maybe our top 5 favorite films of his, and then talk about the rest of his filmography, some, you know, or our other favorites, maybe some least favorites, you know, his style, you know, stuff like that, some of the characters that he's helped create, and some actors that he's worked with, and just everything all about Dario Argento, and maybe a little bit of Italian horror in general as well, if we have time. And then that's going to be the horror-related topic. We usually have a horror topic and a metal one. And as for the metal one, we're going to go through the entire discography of groove metal band Pantera. It started out as a more glam metal band, but of course shift their sound, starting with this one, Cowboys from Hell. But there's no denying that Dimebag Darrell is an extremely talented guitarist, and whenever people say he's overrated, I just a cringe a little bit. That makes me die a little inside. It's like, come on. And really, that was really dumb when people say he's only popular because he died. No. People talked about him all kinds before he died, and he was well respected for his immense talent and skill, and he was easily the most popular member of Pantera long before he tragically passed away when he was shot by that idiot. Taken from us too soon. Of course, now Vinnie Paul's gone too. Rest in peace to both of them, the Abbott brothers. But yeah, I'm still a fan of Pantera. And it's funny because Pantera, people usually fall into 2 different camps. There's a lot of non-metal heads that don't even really like metal. They can be like rappers or, you know, anything else, or just or maybe even like new metal fans or metalcore, whatever, but they always love Pantera. I mean, that seems to be the one, oh my god, I cannot talk, I'm going to redo this video. That seems to be the one metal band that non-metal fans like, is what I was trying to say. And then there's people that, metal elitists who just hate Pantera. I don't fall into either camp, I really like them, and I'm considered myself a fan, and I think that, I'll go more in depth in the video, but I do still really like them. I consider myself a fan. I know they put on a hell of a concert. They're definitely very talented. I think what most people have a problem with is Phil Anselmo's whole tough guy thing, but to be fair, he was kind of one of the first people to do that in metal. They've been doing that in punk and stuff before, sure, but he actually does have some really well-written, deep, thought-provoking lyrics as well. It wasn't always just the tough guy thing over and over again. I did enjoy the hell out of that when I was, you know, an angst-ridden teenager, but, you know, because I actually did listen to Pantera before I became a full-fledged metal fan, and I still like them. And I definitely think that no matter how you look at it, there's no denying that at least this album, Cowboys from Hell, is a really, really great one. And I think that their first 3 with singer Terry Glaze, I'm not very knowledgeable about. I've heard them. It doesn't really blow me away much. Dimebag Darrell's guitar playing was still good, or actually Diamond Darrell back then. But, you know, I feel like they were kind of a different band. But I think this is a very underrated one. This is their first technical release with Phil Anselmo. It's another independent release back when they were more glam metal. But this is Phil Anselmo's best vocal performance by far, in my opinion. He sounds like Rob Halford meets Jeff Tate. I really wish he would have hit all those high notes throughout his singing career. He did it quite a bit on Cowboys from Hell, but then after that, he kind of quit doing that. Just did the and that's how he talks too. He sings just like he talks. But I still have great respect for Phil. Don't get me wrong. I think he's very talented. He's actually he plays guitar and bass and drums too. And he's actually played guitar for several bands under the moniker Anton Crowley. He used that as like an acronym or whatever. Like in Necrophagia and a few others. What was the other one? Vikings Crown. I think that was the name. Don't quote me on that. But he's such a very talented guitarist. I kind of wish he would have played like rhythm guitar or something for Pantera because that would have been cool. But his singing is superb on this release. It's very underrated too. Most people dismiss their glam metal stuff, but I think this one's really damn good, especially the opening track, Rock the World, and then the last track, PST 88. Dimebag actually sings lead. That's right, Dimebag does the vocals on a song. He has a cool thrash metal sounding voice. It was really funny how much they changed. It was like Diamond Daryl, and he had the glittery gold guitar, and then Rex Rocker, and and then Vinnie Paul is just like, yeah, and I'm Vinnie Paul. I hate this, they all had the French poodle hair and stuff, and Vinnie Paul already looked like, the way he already dressed and looked like the way Pantera was gonna sound, starting with Cowboys from Hell, which I think is funny. I do like Volgren's display of power a whole lot. Far Beyond Driven, this is the most tongue-tied video I've ever made, and Great Southern Trendkill, definitely have some great tracks on it. And I think Reinventing the Still even has its moments. There's a few songs I actually really like on that one. I don't think it's as bad as everybody says. And I don't think they have a downright terrible, unlistenable album by any means. They certainly don't have a Saint Anger or anything like that. There's no denying the level of skill they had. But like I said, I think people just have a problem with Phil Anselmo's whole tough guy thing. But I don't consider myself like a metal elitist, so it's not a deal breaker for me, But if you don't like Pantera, no disrespect, and really like them and consider myself a fan, Dimebag Daryl himself having massive chops, and all the others were very talented as well, like I said. So yeah, still a great band with some great songs. So yeah, stay tuned for the 5th episode of the Morbid Hour, talking all about Dario Argento and Pantera. Alright guys, I will see you then. Thank you for watching the Horror Metal channel. I'm Hellhound. Until next time, later.